Hello, I am Fedora Gamer, and today we are kicking it with Last Limb with their game Organic Panic. Oh, I didn't say hi, guys.
Hi, I'm Damon.
Hi, I'm Anatole.
This is a game that is on Kickstarter right now, and best described as an action platformer with extremely awesome physics and level editing would be how I would describe this game. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it here. This video is a little different than most of my videos in this series, as they don't have a PC playable build right now, so I'm actually, through streaming, watching them play while we do somewhat of an interview. And you can see this comic book storyboard here while they go into the first level, which is a very interesting way to convey the story. Not quite finished and colored yet, but that's why they're on Kickstarter. Let's go ahead and tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, so this is Cherry, our little lady of the group. She's her magical powers is she can control the elemental earth, and she blasts the earth she's standing on.
Let's give a quick rundown of what the basic storyline is, since we skipped by that really quickly of this game.
Yeah, so the basic story is meats and cheeses have taken over the earth. They're using their technological powers to industrialize the earth and pollute the earth, and the fruits and veggies are scampering and hiding and fighting for survival. And Apple, who's like the old man of the group and the wise advisor, you can see him here briefly, is there to help your characters learn their magical powers and fight back against the tyrannical evil meats and cheeses.
And just a note for anyone watching this, don't read too much into it. It's not some message. It's just it's a fantasy game world.
Exactly.
Keep that out of the way.
Yeah, we get it a lot, and it's very unintentional. It just happens to be a kind of semi-hot topic now.
As you can see very clearly from the gameplay right now, is one of the standout features of this game is the physics engine, which was custom designed, I believe, right?
Yeah, made from scratch.
Which just proves that you guys are completely insane.
He's really insane. I'm more sane. Yeah, it's 5 years hard work, and it's been a long process of creating these this physics, and then a lot of bug testing.
What is really amazing about the physics in this game is the water physics, which you'll probably see on an upcoming level here.
Yeah, so the next character is Kiwi. His magical ability is he can shoot water, and his special magic is he can turn into water.
Yeah, we'll go see some of the water here.
Yeah, so the water took a long time to make. I made it first of all. I was actually working nearly full time on it at one point, and it took probably 5 or 6 months, and I had to throw all that away because it just wasn't fast enough. So I had to rewrite the whole thing, and after that it took at least another 6 months. So there's at least a year's worth of work on the
liquids alone,
just the liquids engine alone, because it wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't messed up the first time, but it's
at least
kind of complicated.
A year of bug testing all of that, and bug fixes, not just the liquids but everything, but just a huge amount of bugs and going through it back and forth for a long time.
I love the water physics, I really do. And the other major standout feature of the gameplay is the levels are entirely destructible environments, which you've seen quite a bit in the gameplay so far, which gives you a lot of different ways to approach the situations that the game presents to you.
Right, yeah, you can mix it up, so you can destroy the earth, you can burrow through it. Each piece of earth has its own material, so there's metals and there's woods and there's lava, molten rock, earth, and then you mix in that with lava and water, and everything interacts. So we'll show you some more of it as this goes on.
I'm wondering what the little blue orbs you keep picking up as you go along.
Everything you do is based on magic. So you start off. Kiwi his base power is he can swim, but he has to collect the blue orbs to shoot magic. He's going to now shoot water. Now he's shooting it underwater, which is hard to see it, but as he shoots it underwater, oh, and almost getting crushed there. And he's shooting it underwater. He was blasting those mines, and the mines broke through the earth.
Oh, those water physics, they're so good. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, those, yeah, I was going to say, those barrels look not so friendly.
Yeah, luckily he had invincibility. He picked up a shield, invincibility shield, so he didn't get hurt.
Ah, okay, you had planned for it already. I see. I was like, hey, wait, why aren't you dead? The other major feature of this game that is really interests me is the level editor. You want to go ahead and show a little bit of that to the viewers here?
Sure. Let me just quickly show you the Kiwi special. It can turn into water, which is a completely different mechanic for the control system.
You can get through the tight spaces with that, right?
Exactly. You can go through any crevice, no matter how thin, you can get through as water.
Yeah, if you fire water as well, it goes with the flow of it, so you can kind of fly. It's pretty...
Yeah, you can almost fly like Iceman. He can actually shoot water and then fly along the jet of water that he shot, so...
That's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool effect, yeah.
Yeah, but let's show you the editor, like you said. So, this is a lot of space now. No, there's a bunch of space over here. So we have a bunch of drawing tools. Really, all of these levels took about maybe an hour to do. From a design, I wouldn't say any of them took much more than about an hour. I can make different shapes here, as you see.
So we have basic drawing, spline tools, shape tools, spheres, rectangles, freeform. Then you can boolean them. You can boolean them in and out so they can be cut out. You can also attach them if it's too complex to boolean, and he's going to attach a load together here, and then you basically can go straight from the editor and go straight in to the game, and once you've attached it all, you can add in a load of liquids.
Yeah, I can. Oh, this one won't be.
Because it's on the outside of the level.
Yeah, I have to make the level a little bit bigger here. 1 second. So we can see it.
So he's extending the edge of the level now. So he's just created a piston.
That got welded, didn't it?
No, it got welded.
Yeah, so I can cut it out. I'll cut it out like this.
I really like the seamless jumping between gameplay and the level editor. You seamlessly jump in and out. It's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, so yeah, you just basically, you create your level, you create your shapes, your liquids, you put in your bad guys. He's kind of going about a long way to get the piston, showing you the piston, but you can just throw in a load of liquids and lava and characters. Oh, I'm gonna drown everybody now. So then when he clicks into the game, those guys will drown pretty quickly. And you've got that crazy piston going there.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. It's modern art.
Yeah, that piston's a bit busted out there. And it can change I can put some lava in, and that lava, everything interacts. So the lava's gonna kind of evaporate that water. Look, it's all gonna burn away and stuff.
Maybe get that piston and try to
burn the waters. You see the water's getting evaporating, the lava, they're kind of like interacting with each other.
That is extremely powerful yet very intuitive level editor. I can't wait to see what the more creative people that have talent in this kind of stuff, unlike me, out there can make with this. So with the ability to make custom levels, you're going to have the ability to share them in some kind of curation tools built into the game, or is it just going to be kind of file sharing, people are on their own of how they're going to spread it to each other?
Yeah, our big hope for this is to create the finished game will be completely shareable, so the community can make their own levels, share them, rate them, and play each other's levels. Also, we have a number of different game modes, so we're going to allow the game modes to be completely part of you can create like a whole stage with your own set of game modes. You could put a co-op game with a swapsy or a countdown with co-op, so you can create your own stages with all sorts of different mechanics. and different game modes.
That's gonna be great. Got some serious modern art going on here.
I know. He's really going whacked out with the kind of different things here. You haven't got that piston attached or anything.
No, it's just going. I can slow it down. You can change the speed of it. All that.
Yeah, everything is pinned. So things that aren't pinned, they're attached to other things or fall, but otherwise they'll be pinned to the background. So that piston there is pinned to the background, and usually we would attach a piston to something or a rod to something to pin it.
Speaking of levels, since we're playing around with the level designer, how many levels do you expect to have in the finished game when it releases, that is?
Right now we have about 100, and I think we're gonna add some secret levels in some different areas. We actually have about 200, but that are nearly finished. We have about 100, so I think about 150, I would guess.
And speaking of release, what platforms do you guys intend to release this on?
Well, initially we're going for the Xbox and PC. We're starting the on the Kickstarter we're starting it with Xbox and PC, and then our stretch goals will be cross-platform. Then we're going to go on we'll go on to Unity, iOS, Android, and PlayStation, and we want to expand as many platforms as possible. We're almost finished with this, so a lot of our work now is just going to be porting the game. Oh my god, you've created me.
You mentioned Android. Does that include the Ouya, however it's said? I don't remember.
Actually, talking to the Ouya guys, yeah, that's actually a great platform for this because everything is being done with a controller. We're showing you the controller now in the other window. So everything's been edited and made with a controller. So Ouya will be a great platform for making levels and building it out.
Okay, since speaking of Xbox, this was originally designed for, does that mean that the PC port will come with built-in Xbox 360 controller support?
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be the default control mechanism will be with the joypad, and then we have to play test it and get it working on the mouse and keyboard. So that will be part of the porting challenge.
Yeah, I'm very much a PC gamer and very much a mouse and keyboard guy for most games, but anything that's a 2D platformer, it needs a controller. A quote from a developer that I can't remember which developer it was that said it, but some developer I know once said that playing a platformer with a keyboard and mouse is like trying to eat soup with a toilet brush, and I agree.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely.
Some people can do it though. Some people are really good at keyboard and mouse for platformers. I am not. My general rule of thumb is if it's something in a 3D space, it's mouse and keyboard. If it's a 2D, a 2D platformer, I need a gamepad.
Yeah, it's much nicer. You've just got the analog thing. You don't like going left and right with the mouse, and if you're using the keys, it hasn't got the analog feel. So, I mean, it can be done, and we're gonna do the version like that, but.
Yeah, definitely need to have mouse and keyboard controls that are serviceable for the people that are good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, Carrot is fire, if you hadn't seen, so he's blasting his way around the level, and he can also climb, just to give some context around the wall.
Yeah, I really like the freeform gameplay this has. There's some puzzling elements to it with the physics and entirely destructible levels. Squish. It's very freeform how you can approach things, and it's actually very action-packed. It's very much an action platform would be how I describe it.
Yeah, we've been calling it a puzzler, but it's definitely fast-paced and definitely a lot of action and a lot of shooting and bashing and squashing and being squashed.
You can see it's challenging if even the people that made it are dying fairly often, actually.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not going to be an easy game, despite that the aesthetic might look a little casual. It definitely doesn't play like a casual game.
No, it's really, there are levels that we have There's levels we've got that we haven't been able to complete, some co-op levels, and it's very easy to make the levels, you know, hard. I mean, we've got this powerful level editor, and you can just, you know, tweak them and work them up to whatever level you want. Actually, we ended up, when we first made the game, everything was much harder because we were designing it at our level. Then people came in and they just were getting like ripped apart, and we had to go back in and like really like ease the learning curve at the beginning. So we have a very gentle learning curve at the beginning, but it actually takes that to get used to the physics and how all the physics interact and how everything's destructible, and you've got liquids and you use the physics to solve problems. It's a different way of thinking about gameplay mechanics and takes a bit of getting used to.
Carrot guy is doing pretty good this part actually. The climbing very useful.
Yeah, so he's got a couple of meatballs here that are, he's going to show you the portals. So you've got a portal here, he's going to blast through and maybe jump through. And
oh wow, okay. For a second I was like, wait, where are the bullets going? You're shooting through the other side. That's pretty awesome actually.
Yeah, and he's catching the...
difficult to aim, huh?
Yeah.
If you change the direction of the firing, it comes in a different direction as well, so you've got to get your head around it. Once you've got your head around it.
It also set the ground on fire, which is what killed most of the bad guys.
Now using portals to jump with, actually.
Build momentum, yeah. There's a lot of tools there. We just built a few levels with each of them, and then hopefully the rest of the levels, the user levels, people will be making themselves. We're just giving everyone really the tools. I never thought I ended up making quite a lot of the levels, and I never thought I would. I thought more there would be, you know, would have some level builders doing it, but it's so easy. I just kind of put them together, and you know, they're just, I guess they just show the functionality really, and I think actually the better levels are going to come from all the players and stuff out there.
That's a really great thing about such a powerful yet intuitive level editor is you weren't just making it for the players to make their own levels. That's what you guys actually use to make the levels yourselves, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So when did we start making levels? We started making levels about a bit more than a year ago. We were always making a few little levels, but then we put a bunch of levels together about a year ago, and pretty much the last year we've just been fixing bugs with everything, making sure that everything interacts. And so those levels have been built kind of slowly over the last year. Every now and then we'll like put another level together. But yeah, we just made it all just with the joystick, and a level can take about 20 minutes to do. I'm doing one talk tomorrow night in 5 minutes. So you know, it can take, if you know what you're doing and you've got it on paper, yeah, 10 minutes. But otherwise, it can take, you know, just playing around, prototyping, see what you feel like works. Sometimes it can take a few hours.
So this level is pure action mayhem.
This level looks pretty evil, actually. There's a lot of enemies.
Yeah, loads of enemies, and you just get to use Carrot in kind of mayhemic kind of form. He's in his pumped up state if you get the right pickup.
It's a smiley face. It's like, here, I'm going to smile at you evilly with this very lot of enemies.
I just got to pop out 1 second.
Sorry, he's got a 3.5-year-old son that needs attention. Part of our development process.
Yes, but you have your own playtester
Exactly.
right there, so.
Yeah. He's getting good at it, actually. He's starting to really get good at playing the game.
So, you know, this series is about Kickstarter, so let's talk about Kickstarter itself a little bit. What has your experience been like with Kickstarter?
Oh my god, it's been crazy. It's been harder. The most stressful part of the whole game has been working on the Kickstarter. We've had to completely reorientate ourselves to becoming marketing, and it's been chaotic. We were very little known before we came. Before March of this year, we were completely unknown, and we just came out in March. We came out in Indiecade in New York, and it's been really difficult because we came in with 150 likes on Facebook, and we've really just been having a real trouble getting eyes on the game. That's been our #1 challenge. So yeah, it's been tough.
I've watched Kickstarter a lot and talked to a lot of developers, and it is definitely difficult to try to be successful on Kickstarter if you're completely unknown and don't have anything that's publicly playable yet. Now, impossible, but it's definitely difficult. But this game has so much charm that I think it can be done.
Thanks. Yeah, we're on Xbox just because of our history and with developing for Xbox. So we're in that. We can't provide a demo. We'd love to, but we can't do it with the Xbox, development process. They don't let you put out demos, and we just basically have that as a limitation, and we can give out demos to magazines. People who have a test kit and a development kit can play it, and some magazines we've sent it to, but it's been really hard just to get attention on it and feedback on it. So yeah.
For anyone that's wondering about why they made it for Xbox when it's a dying platform and Microsoft is hanging and needs out to dry, is because this game's been being worked on for many years. Back when the Xbox Live Indie Arcade was actually viable in a less terrible place, and now Microsoft is completely abandoning it. But that's the reason why this game's been in development for many years. So
yeah, we started developing. Damon actually had a company previously that was doing Xbox games, and it was a great platform for original content. And then now we're struggling.
The landscape has changed in the meantime, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
The burrowing through everything like that to get around that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's Cherry's.
Taking chunks of the level apart.
Yeah, that's our little special. So this is a co-op. We really only just started with some co-op levels. It's kind of rough. We want to build a co-op and a versus level. The versus we haven't done that yet, but that's going to be real fun to basically fight against each other. Maybe, for instance, do this. I
was
going to say, in versus, would the direct magical attacks affect them, or would it be more like trying to use the environment against each other with more focus on that?
I don't know, actually. If you could just burrow through him, it'd be pretty dangerous, but then if you could fly away, it'd be hard to get him. So yeah, at the moment the burrowing will damage bad guys.
And so can spikes, will damage anybody.
Yeah.
And speaking of multiplayer, since you've mentioned it a couple times, is there in the works going to be online multiplayer, or will it be a local multiplayer only?
Right now it's just local multiplayer, but there will be on a cloud version running from a server. Then there'll be the multiplayer with that, but it's impossible to do the multiplayer on a traditional level because there's too many particles and water, hundreds of thousands. And you can't send that much data around, so luckily we're in an age where we have the cloud, and you can be running it on a cloud server and play it multiplayer. So that's gonna be, once we have some decent, we've developed some decent modes,
oh my God.
Some decent versus modes, then we'll put them on the cloud, and they'll be like multiplayer real time, which will be fun, I think.
That will be amazing. There's a lot of great indie games out there that I really like, but only have local multiplayer, and I don't have friends. People come over to my house. Why do I want that?
Yeah, I mean the cloud multiplayer stuff, I think, is gonna
take off.
Yeah, really take off
as the bandwidth increase.
Yeah, and by that, you know what I'm saying? It's when you play the game on a remote server, and then you're just essentially getting the visual stream down to you. So stuff like, I guess on live, they went out of business and got bought by someone else, but there's a bunch kind of doing it now, and that's when we get onto one of those platforms, TV platforms or on your computer, then it'll be multiplayer.
Yeah, cloud. Like online was interesting concept and whatnot, kind of iffy of that, but when it's being just used for one specific game for just its multiplayer, it can be very well optimized for that instead of it being so for everything kind of thing. So I think it could work out a lot better that way.
Yeah, and I think it's still taking a bit of time, hasn't it, to get the bandwidth right. You know that they're pretty big in France and Korea, and where their networks are really fast throughout the whole country. Then there are actually a lot. Then it makes sense, and they're quite popular still. I think most.
Yeah, unfortunately, America's a little behind in that, but we're not the worst country either, so
no,
can't complain too much.
I think it's only France and Korea that it's actually really taken off. So I don't know when the infrastructure will be fast enough here, but I reckon soon.
Japan has really good infrastructure too, so.
Yeah, maybe that was just one thing I read. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, live in America, our internet sucks. First world problem, seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm liking the interaction. Like, are you spraying the molten rock so you're able to walk on it? Is that what I'm seeing going on here?
Yeah, we're trying to work together here, so we're doing a terrible job of
this is actually one of the co-op levels that's extremely difficult.
Yeah, this is too complicated to focus on.
No, but it shows the molten. Basically,
you can control it.
Yeah, the gist of it. Did you go out? The gist of it is, you've got to use Coconut's power to get the bad guys. I'll try and do it without getting killed. You can fly up here, throw this guy off, but then my magic work goes out.
Okay, let the enemy burn on the molten rock.
Yeah, and then we can go on the molten rock only when you put enough water down, especially me, because I'm not
slow down.
What we really want to do is get this guy, get him to be...
Oh, I'm out of juice.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, but you need him to blow it up. You need him to blow it up to get through.
Oh yeah, and then we need him actually. So I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one's too difficult to do.
See, the co-op in this game looks like a term that I've heard used for a couple other games where it's co-optional, where you can just troll each other instead of actually working together.
I know, we play it more like a versus. I think it's kind of more fun. It's actually like amazingly hard to work together.
Yeah.
The co-op definitely looks like it could be a lot of chaotic fun, actually.
Yeah, and you've got to work together in these levels, in a lot of these levels, and you can very easily design them like that. But at the moment, we've only just built a few co-op levels. There are a ton more we want to build, and like for instance, now I can't, without his help, he can actually get to the end without helping me, which would defeat the purpose of it.
Where are you now?
I'm down there. I'm waiting for you to cool down the.
Alright, don't get moody.
Something I want to point out about that cart you guys were riding on at the beginning. The wheels were the wrong shape.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? I thought
square wheels. That was great.
Oh, I thought they were square. I kind of forgot about that. Was it the round wheel or the square wheel?
Yeah, let's put some round ones. I get the tire material. That one's rubber. That one's tire.
So he's put a rubber material which is prone to melt. So you could make it out of metal, which wouldn't melt, and the whole thing wouldn't fall apart then.
Yeah, I can make one out of metal if you want. And make a...
Why don't you make not a round wheel instead of an oblong wheel?
It's rounder than it was.
It's rounder. Well, there's actually a grid system, so if I do want an actual round wheel, then I can get one. But
oh yeah, I'm seeing the grid now that you mention it. That helps a lot with trying to measure things.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do a more exact level, it's very freeform. If you want to do a more exact level, then you can. A lot of editors, kind of game editors, I think, they like to know the exact, spaces of jumps and everything, which is not something that we ever bothered with. But yeah, so the friction on the back is less than the friction on the front there, as you can see.
That's
a rough ride.
Yeah.
Oh, your tire's
a
flaming ball of death now.
I think we better get out of there.
I'm gonna go on this one, look. Why it's sending me flying. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you can see.
Will the ability to toy around with the already made levels like this, will that be in the player's version of the game? Will they be able to mess around with the levels in some way?
Yeah, well, not the actual base levels, but let me show you something that you can do. If you wanna, if there's a level in the game, you can make a copy of that level,
and then go play with it. Okay.
And then go play with it, right?
So you can take a level. So right now we're in the adventure mode. So I can come out of the. Oh, actually, we're in the co-op mode. So I come out of the co-op mode, I can go here into the shed. Oh, I've locked it. All right. Well, I'll give you an idea. If I came into the shed, which is the same interface really, then I can just go into a blank area. So now I'm in Sunny Hills, and I can paste the level.
This is
Takes a moment.
yeah.
So, and then I save it. So now I have the volcano level with the Sunny Hills in the background.
And
Oh, that's pretty cool. Allowing other people to play around with the base levels is interesting, you know?
Yeah.
People improve it, mess with it, make it easier so they can beat a level that pisses them off, even though it's not going to beat it in the adventure mode.
yeah,
and
exactly.
you can change the lighting.
Part of what we need the Kickstarter for is to refine the editor to get it a little bit more user friendly. So some of this things with numbers and everything like this will just be made a little bit more like this is the RGB he's doing. A lot of this we'll do with like color sliders and so on. Will make it easier.
Yeah, sliders are good.
Yeah. So at the moment it's just like numbers, but tweaking a number of the different aspects of the levels, lighting and angles of light and so on.
Yeah. So.
Oh, my character's not in there.
Yeah, the lighting's a little bit considerably brighter than it was on the actual adventure mode level. I can tell, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was just trying to real quick change there. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and it's falling apart. That's great. I just love how you just play with everything. That's what's really great about this.
Yeah, what we're really excited to do, you know, I feel like we've just scratched the surface of level building. We really have. We've been building building the game so much. We have only put, you know, we put as much time as it is to build these levels, but we really feel like a community can really get into them and make some amazing stuff, and that's what we're excited to see. Share the level building tools with the community, and then have them rate and share each other's levels. I think that's going to be the most interesting aspect of the game.
Yeah, then you don't have to
really looking forward to that too. I want to see what crazy awesome stuff people can come up with in this.
Yeah, maybe we can call on some, you know, like well-known designers to make a set or something, you know, because I'm sure, you know, that would be cool as well, you know, because there's certain designers that have like, you know, fan bases and stuff that would be interested in making some levels because it's kind of powerful, you know.
So what we really want to do then is, as soon as we've got this out there and we've got the community, is then just to be building content for it, building new objects. We only have like, you know, we have a laser gun and a portal and a turret and a piston. You know, we have a number of things, but probably 10 or 15 elements. But we just want to build out a ton more elements, more bad guys, more pickups, more good guys. We have some great fruit and veg characters we want to add. So we'd really love to just be able to focus on adding content. That would be our like dream, to just be able to focus on making it more and more expandable.
Give the community more toys to play with, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of your Kickstarter of what the mine's going for is making bosses, which don't exist in the game yet, apparently.
One sec.
Yeah, we have the basic mechanics and we're able to put them in, but we haven't actually. It's one of those things putting the bosses in that we're like, oh, we're going to do that next, and we have to go around to it. So we have the designs for them and with their powers and everything. So there's going to be, the idea is that at the end of each stage you have one boss level. So you have the head Cheddar, for example, and he has a heat-seeking missile instead of a straight missile. So we already actually have that in the code, but we just haven't. And he looks slightly different. We haven't put that in. So
so the bosses are going to be like really large in size, or are they going to be comparable to the player characters?
They'll be a bit bigger, but the final boss is Baby Cheese, who's in charge of everyone, and he has a spaceship, and that's a pretty big thing, and you've just got to kind of like work out how to get at that. So most of them are similar type characters, just a much well, not much tougher, but just a tougher and tougher and tougher puzzle. But
yeah, we want to.
Spaceship's big. Yeah.
You want to, like, Baby Cheese is our main bad guy at the moment. What we
Better if I do.
Normally we can do this level. Baby Cheese is our main bad guy. What we'd really like to do is have a load of mechanical devices. At this moment, with the budget and everything, we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have one spaceship level, right? So we're going to have a cool spaceship.
We have it already.
Yeah,
I'm not going to show it to you now.
No, because it needs work. But we have a cool spaceship with effects, all these different weapons, and we want to do like a spider mech thing that he rides in and controls. He's like a little very little baby cheese, megalomaniacal baby cheese, but he'll be controlling like big mech spider robots and tanks and submarines and things. That's our plan. We need to get the budget to expand it out to that. At the moment, we are going to work on a spaceship for the first one, and then hopefully later we can add more mechanical mayhem to his arsenal.
So I'd like to point out that happened in the gameplay just here is you're playing Coke now, which has gravity manipulation, but lacks the ability to destroy the environment himself, correct?
Right.
So he's actually using the gravity to lead the enemy's missiles to destroy parts of the environment to his advantage. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was a random thing that came up. We were just playing with it, I think, and then it was just like, oh wow, that just broke through that. So a lot of the ideas, most of them got lost, I think.
Because everything's physics based, everything interacts, and we always find new interactions, and the more we expand it, there'll be more interactions like that. I only just discovered the thing of Kiwi being able to fly through his own water, as water. Oh, that was a bug, but
that was an easy level.
Yeah, I think it just popped it through or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
There is some bug on the ropes when you switch on the ropes. So I might have to switch.
Yeah, so we're finding lots of combinations that are coming up all the time, which is great. You know, the physics reacts with each other, and we're just combining different things. So you can use coconut to move water around. You can actually grab a big chunk of water and suffocate, an enemy by holding the water over them. So you get fun.
Yeah, that's great. That's the freeform kind of gameplay I was talking about. That makes this very interesting.
Yeah, it's really based in that kind of physics-based freeform mode, I guess. Puzzle mode.
I think you've shown the viewers enough of the game right now. If you want to see more of it, they have some more in-depth videos of the leveled editor on their Kickstarter page. You should go check that out, because that level editor is super powerful. I've been Dora Gamer. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. The link to the Kickstarter is, of course, in the description. Go ahead and say bye, guys.
Thanks for watching. Thanks, Sam.
I will see you guys next time.
Cheers.